My name is Judi Desiree. When I was growing up in Brooklyn, you did see biking, but it was like young kids, they go on the sidewalk, maybe a park, and that's as much biking I saw. I had a Caribbean mother, I'm a single child, so anything I did was life-threatening. Roller skating, skateboard, no, you'll die. Yeah, and of course, you know, the sign of wealth, the sign you've made it in New York is having a car. You must be broke because you don't have a car. Something went wrong in your life and now you have to have a bicycle. I was thinking of traveling in Europe, and I asked a coworker, like, what do you do in Europe? I just thought it was like a big New York City. And I said, oh, do you take the train, bus? How do you get around? And she's like, bicycle. That's the best way to get around Europe, you know? And swim in the Mediterranean. And of course, growing up in New York City, I knew neither. I didn't know how to ride a bike or swim. But I had friends who would hold the back of my saddle. You know, I crashed, fell, went into trees, probably some cars. And when I returned back, I cut my MetroCard and sold my car and purchased my first bike with the sale of the car. It feels freeing. I get a lot of thinking done because I work remotely and I work from home. Biking is a form of exercise to keep me away from the computer and keep my mind from not stressing out. And you know, as a web developer, being in front of the computer, all that looking and clicking on devices, you're just like, I need to get out. Now I watch my mom fade in age, getting older, and many of the issues she has could have been prevented with just simple exercising. And you know, I feel like in my culture, at least in my mother's generation, it wasn't a thing to go walking and hiking and, you know, running and biking. You just grow old, you know. So I felt like, why are we so? Why do we have some cultures where you just age? You just don't fight, you know? And then there's other cultures, and I go to Europe and, you know, Italian women are going up 18% degree, you know, angles. And I'm just like, this will never happen in New York. Like, you know? And then I'm thinking, oh, let me help them. And they're like, no, I got this, you know? And they're wheeling their way up. And I was just like, what's going on? Why we don't have that environment where we could be 90 and still going up an 18 degree, you know, climb. When I did come back, it was a shock, because being away and seeing Hispanics on bikes and Africans on bike, white on bikes, I did get screamed at by a driver, by African American male, while driving, and I was biking, and he was like, why are you doing white people stuff? You know, like, I was just like, oh, is this white people stuff? Okay. Like, so I have a lot of workshop programs, a pop-up bike stands and workstations that allow people to understand how to fix a flat, letting them know about putting air in their tires. These informations used to come from bike shops and bike mechanics. But now with the lessening of them, you know, if you don't know, you don't know to research for it. So I would love to fill that gap in a way of providing that service, especially to Upper Manhattan. Hello, are you a cyclist? There's no hashtag, nobody liking? You private?
No.
So that's my touring experience. And that's like my Vietnam.
Oh, that's cool. So you actually travel around?
I travel, yeah, I
like
tour with this bike.
That's cool.
It still says I'm in Vietnam, but obviously I'm not.
So you are, you got a twin.
Spiritually, I'm on the road. I learned to ride a bike as an adult, so you probably learned as a kid.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, thank you for your car.
You're welcome. Yay!
Have a good day.
Thank you too. I can't say you can get rid of cars. I know this is New York, it's not gonna happen. But I would love to see kids going to school, a lot of kids going to school by bike. Seeing other people that look like you on a bike is also important. Many times I'll see little young black girls looking like, oh, she's on a bike. Do you need air in your tires? I guess I could say it's in my blood. My father was a lawyer fighting the dictatorship in Haiti and was exiled and came to New York and fought more for immigrants. My mom was fighting for women immigrants, single moms. So I feel like it's in me already to like fight for something. And I believe the biking just said, this is what you're fighting for. Mom and dad is handing the immigrants. You're gonna hand the locals and the residents. My mother would prefer I did not because I'm an only child. But I feel now that I let her know that yes, biking is in my life. It took her 3 years to get over it. She's like, oh, this is not a phase, it's here to stay. Yeah. And then she realized, like, you know, when she saw bike number 1, bike number 2, bike number 3, she's like, all right, this is, I guess the car's never coming back. So, yeah.